It's been over a year since I've uploaded a standalone coaster review video, so I figure it's about time to make one again, especially since the quality of my uploads overall has improved. Anyway, Iron Gwazi is a roller coaster located at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay in Tampa, Florida. It is a hybrid roller coaster manufactured by Rocky Mountain Construction, and it is deemed one of the best coasters in the world, if not the best, by many coaster enthusiasts and theme park goers. In this video, I will be reviewing this coaster by showcasing its statistics, layout, and my overall thoughts on the ride as a whole. Before I begin, however, I'd encourage you to like this video and subscribe to my channel with notifications on so you can receive more theme park related content like this. Anyway, let's dive into the facts and statistics on this coaster. The ride officially opened to the public after 2 years of delays on March 11th, 2022, making it the newest thrill ride in the park. The coaster reaches a maximum height of 206 feet, sharing the record with Zadra at Energylandia in Poland as the world's tallest hybrid coaster. This height also makes it the tallest roller coaster in the state of Florida. It reaches a 206-foot drop with a maximum angle of descent of 91 degrees, which just barely makes the drop beyond vertical. It reaches a maximum speed of 76 miles per hour, making it the world's fastest hybrid coaster, as well as the fastest coaster in Florida. It features 2 actual inversions, although the park counts the ride's overbanked turn as an additional inversion. The ride features 12 moments of airtime throughout an overall track length of 4,075 feet. Now for the layout of this coaster. The ride starts off with an immediate left turn out of the station into a moment of straight track, followed by a left turning dip into the lift hill. I find this dip very interesting since it's not just a straightforward left turn. It turns left as the train begins to descend, then seems to straighten out at the bottom of the little drop, then starts turning left again before entering the lift hill. Though this is a pretty simple pre-lift section for an RMC hybrid, I appreciate how the dip feels a bit chaotic, as it prepares riders for the type of ride experience that is to follow. The ride then ascends its 206-foot tall lift hill. At the crest of this lift hill, the speed of the chain lift slows down to add suspense for the riders. The ride then descends its slightly beyond vertical 206-foot drop, reaching its max speed at the bottom. The ride then enters a large outer banked left turn, delivering a great moment of airtime. The ride then ascends into a right turn, which is followed by the ride's signature death roll, a descending barrel roll element with a quick, whippy, and forceful nature. This is then followed by a speedy overbanked turn to the left with a whippy pullout. This is followed by the ride's signature wave turn, an element banked 90 degrees to the right that delivers great sideways ejector airtime. I cannot decide if this element or the death roll is the best element of the ride since they are both amazing elements. Anyway, the ride then enters a speed hill followed by an overbanked left turn into a 0G stall. The ride then ascends a weirdly banked airtime hill, followed by an ascending right turn with a sort of trick track element at its peak. The ride then enters another right turn into an airtime hill that is then followed by a left turn into the brake run, which I consider quite the abrupt ending for this chaotic coaster. Now for my personal opinions on this coaster. I consider this to be the best roller coaster in the state of Florida. This is a bit of a hot take as Velocicoaster is in the same state, but I prefer this ride as a coaster nevertheless. Velocicoaster offers more for its overall ride experience, but I find this ride to excel a bit in its thrill factor. But is Iron Gwazi my favorite coaster? To be honest, it's very close. I have ranked it as my second favorite coaster overall, just behind Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. Why do I appreciate Iron Gwazi so much? Well, I find the consistent pacing and airtime throughout the ride to make for a very enjoyable experience. The ride's pacing also makes this such a chaotic coaster to ride, since there are so many great and whippy elements back to back, and the ride just constantly whips in and out of them. the ride is also butter smooth. Yes, there is recency bias, but RMC also has a very good track record for smoothness on all of their hybrids. Now, why do I rank Steel Vengeance just above this? It was a tough decision for me initially, but although I find both coasters to be about the same in quality, Steel Vengeance has a longer ride duration and track length, whereas this ride feels pretty short. Steel Vengeance has its great elements like Iron Gwazi, but the duration and length allow for more of those great elements, giving it the edge. Other than length, do I have any complaints about this coaster? I would say no, but there is one major complaint that I have that mostly disregards the ride experience alone, and that is the operations. This is the standout coaster at Busch Gardens, and it consistently experiences 2.5 to 3 minute dispatches, occasionally even longer. I believe some factors that add to this are the ride's 2-train operations when it is capable of running 3 trains, as well as its slowdown at the top of its lift hill. Again, I appreciate the suspense, but it can be a bit unnecessary for the sake of the ride operations. I also have a bit of a nitpick about the theming. The ride is loosely themed to a crocodile, but this contradicts the ride's name. This coaster replaced the dueling GCI wooden coasters simply named Gwazi. This name and theming imply the duality of a lion and a tiger as referenced in the original theming overall. Although Iron Gwazi reuses the Gwazi name, it completely abandons its original theming, other than a little reference in the storage area. Now, I don't expect Busch Gardens to do well with theming, but again, this is just a minor nitpick. Otherwise, this coaster's flaws are abundantly outshined by the ride's amazing experience. Anyway, that will be all for this video. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel with notifications on to be notified of my newest and latest uploads. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye guys.